channel. Today's video is a little special, a little canned right here, just sitting in my car because I have a lot going on with little miss and I've got places to be and no need to go back home when we're gonna come right back here in 30 minutes, huh? So I thought instead I would sit in the car, stay here, and do my YouTube video. So today's video, I wanted to tell you guys the birth story. Basically, just the whole story of Miss Eliza's birth. And she's right here with me, huh girl? You're right here with mom. Yeah, you are. I just thought I'd hop on and share the birth story. We got the call Thursday night to come into the hospital. So we went in Thursday night, huh? I guess they started inducing the induction around like 7 p.m. that night, and then Sam and I just hung out, relaxed, went to bed, and then we woke up in the morning, you know, with all the times that they like to come in and they like to check you and put you on stuff and just do stuff with you. And so then we woke up in the morning and just ate breakfast. I wasn't really cramping too bad. Like, it was some cramping and it wasn't fun, but it wasn't too terrible yet. And about 8 in the morning, I was dilated to a 3. And then throughout the day, you know, my cramps just kept getting worse and worse and contractions kept getting worse and worse. And it got to the point where it was so painful that I physically could not stand, and I would cry every time the contraction came. Basically, I would just have Sam would literally hold me up. I would put all my weight on Sam. He literally held me up while I just sat and cried through the contraction, and I just tried to breathe through it, but I was doing the moaning breathing, and every time, because that's like all I could do to get through it, and I would just sit and try to get through it. And we went to the bath and to the jacuzzi, and I got in the jacuzzi and that helped a little bit, but then I was really struggling, so I said I need the epidural to get through this. And so then we got out of the jacuzzi, they started me on my liquids and everything so that I could get the epidural, and then about an hour later I got my epidural, but that hour in between saying I wanted it and getting it was the most painful hour of my entire life. It was excruciating, and I cannot understand how women can do this naturally without an epidural, because oh my goodness, I thought I was going to die. But then within an hour of that, about an hour after I got the epidural and they checked me, and I was dilated to a 10, and so they decided to have me labor down for a little bit, which means just, you know, letting my body do it, not pushing yet. Yes, we did, huh? We did. And then, so I labored down for about 3 hours, I want to say. We just relaxed and labored down, and then after those 3 hours, my midwife came in and the nurse came in, and we started pushing, and within 30 minutes of pushing, Eliza was born, and as soon as her head came out, she was squawking, and it was the cutest thing in the world. They put her right on my chest, right, like you do. Sam got to cut the umbilical cord, which was so cute. Yeah, your dad got to do that. And then we quickly, like, we almost immediately just started breastfeeding, and she took to it so well, and I think a big part of that is because she got to start breastfeeding right as she came out, you know. She just was laid right on me, and then like within a minute we started breastfeeding. Yeah, and you did so good, and you eat so well now, huh? But then I started feeling really shaky, and I just like I started like, it's just like I had the chills really bad, and I could not control it, or I couldn't get it to stop. And they were like, oh yeah, that just happens after birth. And so I thought, okay, it's fine. But then I started not being able to hear. It's like when your ears are plugged up and everything's muffled. Everything started sounding more muffled and like far away, or like a pillow was over my ears. And then my vision started going blurry, and I was having a really hard time seeing, and then I was going in and out from black vision to seeing. And so when the nurse asked me, "How are you doing?" and I said, "I can't hear or see," they immediately took Eliza off of me, gave her to Sam, and next thing I know, they're putting emergency IVs in me. They're trying to check my heart rate. A bunch of nurses are coming in. The OB came in, because I went with the midwife, but the OB came in, and basically they just started doing a bunch of work on me. They kept my epidural going, and turns out I had a cervical tear that was bleeding so much that I ended up hemorrhaging, and I lost so much blood that my body was going into shock, and my body was like going into fight or flight mode, where basically it was just focusing on my vital organs, because I had so little blood that it couldn't get to everything, and so everything else was shutting down. And so they quickly opened me up. They were incredible, and they were right on it, getting up and stitching me up, and they shoved a bunch of gauze up there, and then just had me, so through the night with the gauze. They had me on oxygen, and I stayed on oxygen for like 6 hours, I want to say. Basically until I went to bed that night, I was on oxygen, so probably longer than 6 hours. They stitched me up and saved me. They made it so we were all okay. They got me on an iron supplement. They gave me some things to help with my hemoglobin. They were so fast and so good about it that they saved my life. And yeah. Basically 10 minutes after my daughter was born, I was laying there being operated on, or being, worked on, and didn't know if I was going to live or not. And it was really scary. But thank goodness to all of the people working there that they did everything so perfectly that I didn't. And the other big blessing, bless you. The other big blessing is that Eliza was so perfectly healthy. There was nothing wrong with her, nothing we had to worry about with her. So they could really just completely focus on me. Sam could just sit and hold her new baby girl, so she had all the loves that she needed, and then everything ended up being okay. After all that craziness happened, Sam and I, we just really took that time together, soaking up all that time together with the three of us, with our new baby girl. Yeah. And then the next day, both our parents came to meet Eliza, and then my sister got to come and meet her in the hospital. And then the next day we went home on Sunday evening. So we went into the hospital Thursday evening, and then she was born Friday afternoon, and then we went home Sunday evening. Yeah, and it was quite an experience. I'm so grateful that I went with the midwife I did. She was incredible, and the entire hospital staff who helped me, they were all incredible. I had nothing bad to say about anybody at that hospital. They were all amazing, and I am so grateful for them. So if you're in Rexburg, you are in good hands if you're with Seasons. Let me just tell you that. But then the other thing I just really had to attribute to is Heavenly Father, and how he was right with me and with Sam and with Eliza the entire time of that whole experience. That, when I was praying, please let me live so that I can raise my daughter, and Sam was sitting there trying to stay out of their way, but not sure what was happening, and afraid that he was going to end up being, a single dad raising his new daughter all alone. And it was scary, but we got through it, and we both said that we felt comforted, like we felt like everything was going to be okay, because the Spirit was telling us that. We were really, truly blessed by the Spirit, and Heavenly Father was right there with us the whole time, and I am so grateful to him. Eliza is the cutest, most adorable, sweetest, happiest little girl. I could not be more grateful for the daughter I have, and I am seriously so happy that I have her in my life. Yeah, I am. And you're happy, huh? Giving birth was the most incredible experience I have ever experienced in my life. I loved every second of it. I did. I mean, except for the seconds of when I was hemorrhaging and when I was really struggling there. But every second of her, the pushing and feeling her go, feeling her come down and every push getting closer and seeing her crowning and then hearing her sound for the first time and seeing her, having her laying on me for the first time. All of those precious moments that happened in the hospital. Oh, there's nothing better. I just really don't think I've ever experienced anything more incredible in my life. And I've never felt more close to God in my life than when I had Eliza. And close to Sam as well. Sam and I both just, I don't know, it's like we've joined and become one even more with this experience. It's so incredible. I love him. And I love my Eliza, and I love my Heavenly Father, and I love my birth experience, her birth experience. It was so amazing. And I love being a mom. But, yeah, I know this video is kind of really just thrown out there. I know it's not very professionally done. It's kind of just me just jumping on and saying, hey, here's my story, and then goodbye. But I really wanted to do it, and today, this is just how it ended up having to be done. And really, it's an experience that I didn't want to give every single tiny detail about, too, because I have it written down in my journal, and Sam and I have talked about it, and my family and his family, we all know it well and talk about it. And for me, that's all that I needed, that's all that I wanted, to really know all the intimacy and all the personal and every single detail of the whole experience, because it was such a special day, such a special weekend, and I wanted to keep it more personal. And so that's why this video is not a video of the birth itself happening. That's why this video is just me telling you the details I want to tell you about the birth, and I appreciate your understanding with that. But yeah, I still wanted to share the experience. So Eliza, when she was born, oh my goodness, she came out skull-walking, and it was so cute. And I just loved it, every second of her. She just is the most incredible baby. She has such a desire to learn and to develop and become better. She wants her to be able to control her arms and legs so badly. She wants to be able to sit up on her own and to talk to us. And oh, she's just always working hard to learn and to try her best with everything. Yeah! And I'm so proud of her, and I just love her so much. She's such a good baby. Yeah. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are fine with just the little short in my car video. Oh, Eliza. Oh, Eliza. But thank you for watching. Bye.